Okay, next is Min. Min. He's a Maju, or a Japanese witch. And it's just Japanese mythology. Let's not talk about Japanese literature, but just mythology in general. It's just so difficult to discuss because there's so much in there. It's so rich and so thick. I don't know where to start. But one of the things that I've read about that really interests me is the Ryukyu Island, or Yuko. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but the Ryukyu Island, Ryukyu Island. So it became popular because of the Okinawan witch trials. Forgive me if I'm reading some of this stuff because I know I'm going to mispronounce things. I don't want to make it worse. Okay. So apparently in the old times, there's Japan, and there's another separate and independent island called Ryukyu, or Yuko. And they have their own language, they have their own culture, and they have their own religion. So Buddhism was present, but it wasn't as big as it is, or as influential as it is now. In Ryukyu Island, the community appoints a priestess or a priest. So they are guides. They don't have supernatural abilities, but they are sort of an authority by virtue of the appointment of the community. There is, however, a group, certain people who started claiming that they have divine connection, that their spiritual awareness brought forth their divine connection and their divine awareness, which led them to develop supernatural powers. So when things started happening in the community, bad things that they couldn't explain, it could be a disease or typhoon or an earthquake or whatever, things that they couldn't explain, they started blaming the Yutas, claiming that, well, since you have supernatural powers and there are supernatural things going on, things that they couldn't explain, then you must be blamed for it. In the beginning, it was just blaming, rumors, and isolation of these people, but eventually it developed into an actual persecution. And so I guess it became a witch hunt, basically. So the Yutas were eventually called witches. So that's this is just one of the thousands and thousands of stories of witches in Japan, but I thought it's an interesting one. So Min's family may have come from the Yuta. Okay, so next video would be about Gust.